Welcome, welcome. Today is...
Hey, Jess, can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me? Nobody can hear me? You can? Okay.
No, I'm gonna go in there. Hold on.
You sure?
Yeah, Jess, I can hear you.
All right, welcome, angels. Today is August 2nd, the first Monday of the fall incentive and fall season. It's an exciting time right now. I'm so excited for those of you that decided to show up. Making a decision is the most important thing that you can ever do towards making progress or setting a goal and achieving it. I wanted to talk about, if you are brand new, you may have clicked, join 5 minutes ago. A lot of people have been joining today, which is so exciting. So welcome to our Scentsy family. This is a great time to get started. It's always a great time to get started, but it's always just extra fun during the fall season and during a fall incentive. So August 1st, we started basically the time period from August 1st to July 31st. You can earn an all expenses paid trip to Alaska, which is a 7-day cruise. And depending on your point structure of where you land, you may end up being in the top 75 and being able to choose where you want to go. And there's always amazing opportunities with Scentsy. And they give you lots of choices, and just there's so many opportunities that you sometimes don't even know are available. So it's so important to make sure that you show up to know what's available to you. One thing that I always stress to many of you that have been around for a while is showing up is the most important thing, because you have to stay connected with like-minded people. You have technically the same goal in mind, to grow your business, to learn new things, and to, make your business become a business and be paid like one. And the incentive is actually just a carrot in front of you to kind of incentivize you to learn how to build and grow your business effectively. And it's going to help you grow a business so it's strong, a nice strong foundation, and all of the points that are required are all of the fundamentals that have to be made every single month of your business in order to grow a strong and reliable business. The incentives are just the bonuses that you get to go celebrate that, wow, during this last 6 months, I've grown my business, I've been making money, and now I get to go celebrate for free with my friends, family, and even a guest that you decide to invite. So you can earn for 2, and it could be anybody over 18. So we're going to talk about that in just a minute. We're going to get into the breakdown. But what I wanted to first talk about is, where is your mindset? And what I mean by that is, do you believe that you can achieve? And if you don't, if you're kind of hesitant, if you're like, I'll see what happens, I'll try. Those words, those thoughts give you an option to not succeed. It's kind of like a safety zone of like, if it doesn't happen, I won't be as upset with myself, right? But I'm telling you now, people that don't earn these trips, and we don't build strong businesses by hoping. I heard the other day, somebody said that that you can't build a business on hope, some type of quote like that, and it's so true. And I think it was even in the video that we're gonna watch together. And some of you have already seen it. We're not gonna watch the whole thing, but we're gonna very big on teaching you guys to work smarter, not harder, not reinvent the wheel. Don't try to redo something that's already done. It's a waste of time. If the information is out there and it was given and it's, effective, then utilize it. Some people try to kind of reinvent because they want to be the one delivering the information. But the point is, as long as the information is provided, that's all that everybody needs, right? So again, let's start with that mindset. Where are you right now? Do you truly believe that this is something you can do? And if you don't, if there's a hesitation somewhere, these are usually the places that is holding you back from that true belief. It's your lack of product knowledge. You may be like, I don't know the product enough yet. I don't know how to really, share everything. All of us are brand new to the air purifier. So even me, been in 10 years, doesn't matter. I could have joined yesterday and I know just as much as you do. So we all have to dive in and really know the ins and outs of our products. We have to know why it's going to be a benefit to somebody to purchase it, why they should invest in those products, and why it's going to be it's an investment instead of oh my gosh, it's $250. It's an investment. So, okay, why are you laughing? Is there like a big, like something on my face or something? Brenda, are you laughing at me? Okay, she's.
No, I'm sorry, Jess. I was laughing because Andrea didn't comb her hair today. So we're just on the background. That's all. Not at you, Jess.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I literally just got back from camping, so I am busted, but I am on it.
You look great. Good for you for showing up and not letting that be an excuse. That's awesome. That's the first step towards success. Okay, back to where we were. Sorry about that, guys. That was just, it distracted me. I'm like, what's happening? Okay, so product knowledge. Where are you with your product knowledge? If it's not where it needs to be, you always can just dive in, start learning. Turn out your FAQs, you guys. Knowledge is power, right? This isn't anything new. We learned in the kindergarten, right? Knowledge is power. If you are struggling with your knowledge in any area of your product, one, it's important to try your product. People want to know firsthand what you believe, what they want. You're their consultant. They want you to consult them. What are your beliefs? What do you like about it? What do you don't? And be honest. Like most of you know, I can't use our laundry products. My skin is too sensitive, but I can use my body products for some reason. So I'm very honest with my clients and I let them know. However, all my clients love it. So don't stop. Don't not buy it because I personally can't use it. Okay, moving on. Business knowledge. Many people stop yourself thinking, I don't know the business enough. I shared last week when we kind of touched on this, that when I first joined, I just dove in head first, you guys. I found out from the beginning, from a training call, that I needed to sponsor, I needed to sell, and I needed to help those people sponsor themselves and grow their businesses. And how I was going to sell is by booking parties. So those 4 areas. I dove in and that was my focus every single month. I was going to sponsor a minimum of 2 people, but I always goaled myself 5. So I averaged 3 to 5 people every single month for the first 2 years. And I made sure that I goaled for 2,000 every single month. Why that $2,000 mark is important, okay? Everything is a formula with Scentsy, you guys. It's not a shot in the dark of why people are successful in growing their business, okay? $2,000 is about 40 people, it could be less, it could be more, but you are getting in front of about 40 people a month, getting the products in their hands and getting in front of people, talking about your business, talking about the business opportunity, talking about booking parties so they can have their own party, which is introducing you to more brand new people. If you're staying in your circle of, your warm market that, people you've already known, you can maintain your PRV average just fine, right? But if you want to sell more than $2,000, sponsor 3 to 5 people, or even I would say go at least 2 people, at least, but always aim high. So they say aim for the moon and land among the stars. So you could be getting those goals, right? Because if your intentions aren't to sponsor, you're not going to have the conversations, right? You're not going to talk about the opportunity. You're not going to print off the flyer that is a marketing opportunity that we have this month, which is the Shooting Star Kit is free to people that earn their Shooting Star goal. This is huge, you guys. $100 worth of products. If they, and one of the tools we have that we didn't used to have when I was building my business, like the foundation part, is you can book parties and let them see the turnout that people love Scentsy. They're going to buy. They have a built-in clientele. That's what I tell them. All these people are your built-in clientele that need to buy more eventually. This is a consumable product. Even though you may think, gosh, they bought 6 bars, they're going to go through it and they're going to need more. The only thing that you're going to have to ask yourself is, are they going to come to me, or am I going to go to them because I'm the one that's going to follow up, and buy it from me, or are they going to buy it from you? And that makes them think. Now we have the tool that they get to decide if they want to purchase the $99 kit, which is the better kit because they get way more, or they can get the reduced post kit. So you have all these tools, you guys. They can even use their credit to join for free. If they pay $500, they can join for free. That is, the basics, and then get the Shooting Star Kit that gives them everything else that they didn't get in their regular host kit for free. So many, I mean, honestly, it's a no-brainer. But your excitement has to be like mine. It can't be, oh yeah, it's free this month. It's like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. This is like a no-brainer. Why would you not try this out and just see what happens? You just had a $500 party or whatever, or let's just see what happens. Give them the opportunity to know that you're not going to push them, that they can make the decision, but you also want to be excited and give them a reason to believe that it's an opportunity. Your confidence is going to rub off on them. If you're hesitant, so are they. They're going to be too, right? So your knowledge of what's available is so important. And again, this was the next thing on my list, is that your lack of a skill is not there yet. That's where your hesitation is. If you are questioning whether you can earn this or not, and that's okay. When I joined, I sold $4,000 in my first month and sponsored 5 people. I didn't know what the heck I was doing. All I knew what I needed to do was get the product in front of people and tell them that it was available for them to party or join. And they made their decisions. But $4,000 worth of sales, it would have been 6, right? Because I gave away a lot of parties, which got them started. And that's how I went from an essential consultant to star consultant my very first month, okay? Because I learned that much of the business. So where are you struggling in your business? Is it the compensation plan? Do you not know what it means to be the title that you are, that's okay too. Here's the thing, guys, none of us can do this by ourselves. We have to connect with someone, something, some way, whether you're doing it this way or you're blogging onto YouTube channels, everybody getting little bits of everything, which I suggest to do. But I will tell you, the people that succeed in this business and grow the most are connecting directly with people that want to support them, okay? Meaning their upline, their sideline, but they're having conversations directly about their business, not just sitting back and taking notes and saying, oh, I hope I figure this out on my own, but saying, okay, I took all these notes. This is what I got from it. Let's talk about it. Let me make sure I understand what all this is, right? So when I was doing training calls, you guys, and still do, I still listen to training calls to this day, I ask questions. If I didn't understand it, I was that kid. I'm sorry, will you explain that, please? So no question is a stupid question, right? You have to believe in yourself enough that is if you have the understanding, then you'll be able to implement it, right? But if you don't understand it and you're too scared to say, I don't understand it, what's that doing to you? It's only holding you back. So I'd rather you drill your sponsor, your director, myself with questions than sit back and say, dang, I don't understand what's happening. I'm struggling. I really want to do this. I really want to grow my business. I really want to achieve this goal and go on this cruise, but I don't know where I'm struggling. I just know I'm struggling, right? So you need somebody to bounce things off of. I'm the perfect example, you guys. If you're brand new, you don't know this. I'm dyslexic. So everything is backwards. So I take like 5 times to read something and process it. You guys can probably be 5 times faster ahead of me if we're all reading the same thing. And I think out loud. I have to talk for it to process. So, and I have to hear it. So that's why, I hear my voice talking and then I realize half the time I answer my own questions just because I'm talking. So I need somebody to talk to. So if you're like that, it's okay. If you have any type of learning disability, it's okay. But you have to let people know, okay, where you're struggling, where you need that help. All right. You may be I know somebody on our team, very successful. The reason why, one of her skills that she had going in is because she has you tell her to her once, she has it in the back of her brain and she can remember it forever. That is amazing to me. That's not me. Okay. So I'm telling you guys all the weaknesses I have, so you know that if I can do this, you guys can do this, okay? It takes me forever to learn something, okay? All I did and all I do is dive in, and then I swim later, okay? I figure it out as I go. I've made so many mistakes in this business, you guys. I've fallen flat on my face more than 1,000 times in 10 years. The only thing that has made me different from the next person is I get back up and I don't let my mistakes and my fears and my struggles define me and stop me from achieving the goal. And I do look at what mistakes that I made and I turn around and I say, could I have done this differently? Where did the mistake happen? Is there a knowledge that I could learn more about? So I have a learning disability, but because I know that, I have to dissect what's wrong. Where did it happen? Is there anything I can do? Okay. So if you have a lack of skill right now, don't worry about that. Just know what you need to do and start working on it. Okay. And make a plan. Even though you may not understand how to make a plan, then get with your sponsor or upline and say, I need your help. I need to make a plan because I don't even know where to start. Just be honest, because we can't help you unless we know where you're struggling. We're all grown adults here, guys. You're all over 18. So your sponsors, your uplines, your directors, your superstar directors, we're not like mommies. We're not bosses. We are your support system. Okay. And we're going to support you and help you as much as we can, but then it's all up to you. You can't wait around for us to make an action. And that's one thing I didn't do. I mean, I did do, is I didn't wait for my sponsor to get back to me. I booked a fundraiser in the first 2 weeks of my business, you guys. You think I knew what a fundraiser, what I needed to do? I called her because I knew she did fundraisers. She didn't get back to me till the week after I booked it. Guess what? I was already dropping off my packets. If I waited for her, I wouldn't have had that fundraiser, would I? And I sponsored one of the biggest builders in my business at the time from that fundraiser. So don't wait for somebody else, but don't not connect with somebody else, okay? All right. What is your fear? If you have a fear, a lot of people fear success. What does that mean? What's going to happen? What am I going to be responsible for? If I do sponsor and I build a team, what am I supposed to do? What I have to do, so don't worry about that. This business, if they want to make it happen, they're going to find the resources. They're going to utilize what's already in the workstation. They're going to utilize these calls. They're going to utilize their upline. If you can't provide something for them, there is resources everywhere. They're not going to wait around for you to figure it out. Okay. I passed my sponsor up years and years ago. And the first month I joined, I was exactly the same title as her. So she didn't get paid off of me. So she had to bust her little hookney to at least get to the next level that following month, or she would have still not gotten to. Okay, so what I'm trying to say, I'm not trying to boast or, act like Jess is all that at all. Because I said, I make a lot of mistakes even today, okay? But the point is, I didn't wait around for my sponsor, and I didn't wait for I knew what I wanted. So what do you want? And what is your fear? Okay. So if she was she's still to this day, Scentsy isn't her world. Okay. If she knew that and didn't give me the opportunity because Scentsy isn't her world, where would my life be today? Definitely not where it is. And all of you wouldn't be here. Okay. So think about this. This business isn't about you. If you want to be successful, this business isn't about you. It's about blessing other people's lives with the opportunity, with posting and getting these amazing products and their friends and family as well, and getting the products. Okay. But you have to sit down before you make a plan, and we dive into that. And you're going to have to dig deeper when we get off, but what is holding you back? Okay. The people that are on live, you have enough belief system that you're here. Okay. Whether you realize it or not, you showed up because you know that you're worth it and you're capable. Okay. But if you're struggling in any way with that concept, you're hesitating with committing. Okay. I'm not knocking the people that aren't on, because if you may just weren't able to come on, that's why it's recorded. Okay. So you showed up still when you could, but I want you guys to make a decision. Are you going to do this? You have to decide. The brain, there's a huge transition in the way you look at everything in life when you make a decision. When you decide no more, like when people they struggle with weight, they have to decide no more. I'm done with this, being tired. I'm done with not feeling good. And then all of a sudden you see this huge transition. It's just because they made a decision. That's it. The people that find success in the business fast or whatever, I made a decision from the second I clicked join. That is not normal. Okay. But I had a very, very strong why. I had to feed my kids. My children were way more big of a why than somebody telling me no. Right? Okay, great. Next. Because somebody is going to want this opportunity. Somebody's going to want to host. Somebody's going to buy. And because of that, I'm going to dig until so I can feed my kids. I didn't care about how much they beat me up, slammed the door, said no, whatever, made fun of me, whatever. So you have to decide. Okay. Now, I want you to also decide reunion, which is an option, which is great, which is still a success. Okay, because you'll be further along if you do make the decision to do that than if you didn't, right? But I want you to shoot for the moon so you can land upon the stars. And you may just hit that moon, right? So who is going to be on your trip? And I want that person to know how important they are to helping you go, okay? They know people you don't know. So they can help support you with passing out your marketing material, booking parties, sponsoring. Mitch knows, but he sponsored like probably about 10 people that have been business builders and are still on my team just by talking about our business. Not like, hey, you want to join Scentsy? No, he talks about what we do and trips we go on and the lifestyle that this business has created. And he drops little seeds. So you have to get them bought into the idea of going with you. Because just like a hostess, you guys, the wish list is so they can psychologically become attached to that outcome. You want them to say, oh, I'm going to get my, 3 half off items. I'm going to get my air purifier for half off. I'm going to use my free credit for this. And then, so they're going to work for you. It's the same thing for, in this situation for the spouse. Give them a visual. So if you can, have them watch the video of where you're going to be going and talk about it as where we're going to be going. It's psychological, guys, because if you're doubting it, do you think that they're going to have a little bit more doubt than you? Probably. So some of the things that I want to share with you that a really good friend of mine early on in my business shared with me is, and you don't, again, this is all suggestions, you guys. This isn't law. This is just as experiences, and you can try it if you want to. Just, don't make me be the bad guy if it doesn't work for you, okay? It's just suggestions. But she said to me that what she did with her spouse and her kids, if you have kids, if you have one, if you have two, or your mom that you're taking, whatever, is everything you do, all the success you see, you sponsor somebody, you book a party, you sold a product, whatever it is, it's we. Look what we did. Look where our business is going. Look at how much close we are to the cruise. Now, again, another thing about me is I'm very visual, so I have to see it. I have to have a visual of what I'm working towards. So if you or your spouse or whoever you're bringing along that's over 18 are visual, get a breakdown so you both can see it. And as you are filling in, now, Scentsy, we're getting into that in just a second, has a tracker that you can print out if you like these fun things. And you can hang it on your refrigerator or somewhere that, the person that's going to be going with you, give them their own, whatever, screenshot it to them, whatever, but let them see progress. Because you and your plus one, I'm just going to call them the plus one, whoever you decide it's going to be, is going to see progress. And what's it going to do? It's going to build both of your confidence that you're on your way. Okay. So it's so important to also understand what that means. Okay. Now, I shared last week as well, that when I earned my first incentive for 2, I earned it in like 3 months and didn't even know it. So I'm not saying that it's not important to do what we're about to do, is kind of see what all this is and break it down. The key that I did is I learned the things that that you earn the points for. So I was doing those things which earned me points and I didn't even know it. Okay. But I knew that I wanted to build a business, you guys. It wasn't a we'll see what happens. Oh, it'll be great if I make an extra $100 this month. It was I need this to work, and it's going to work. This is going to be my business. And I made a decision that I didn't want to work for anybody else again in my life. I know that's big, that's bold, but I was done working for other people because the last job that I worked laid me off and I didn't have control. And we struggled really bad financially, and I had children to feed. Okay. That's something that can happen to anybody. in 10 years, I can't tell you how many people have come to me and said, Jeff, I've been in this company for 25 years and they just laid me off out of nowhere. And they didn't know what to do with themselves. That's all they knew. I said, and I had to say, you have your own business. But they never connected those dots. If you were building along the way, you would be able to say, at least I have my business, right? Angie Williams, the Superstar Director, she was a shining star in 2011 when I joined. She was the Chief Executive Officer for Nestle for 23 years. And they called her up and said, we're limiting your position. She had already started her Scentsy business and had already started growing it. And you know what she was able to do? She was able to laugh and say, okay. And they said, Angie, we're eliminating your position. She said, okay, I'm going to just focus on my Scentsy business now. And she's never had to work for anybody else again. So you have to believe that that can and will be you. Whether it's you're going to make Scentsy your main income, or you're going to build your business so you don't have to stress if you get a pay cut, if you lose your job, if you get sick or somebody else gets sick and you have to take care of them. Because you guys, the last year, to prove to everybody that there's no guarantees, okay? We have to plan for the what ifs. And you know what? I didn't have that luxury to have a job to, making money while building. So if you have a job and you're making that your excuse of why you can't build your business, it's an excuse. Because I can't tell you how many people in Scentsy that are superstar directors and very successful that still have very strong full-time jobs that they keep because they want 2 full-time budgets, incomes. But this is all something that you have to believe is possible. Okay? You have to visualize yourself going on that cruise. You have to visualize yourself looking at the screen that you just earned this trip. If you don't see yourself there, it's going to be very hard when you're struggling, because we're all going to struggle at points in this next 6 months. We're all going to struggle in this business. There's always going to be ups and downs, but what's going to pick you back up? What is going to pick you back up? Now, I'm going to talk to the people really fast before we move on to the breakdown. Some of you are like, I don't like cruising. I don't like boats. I'm good. Okay? Don't let that discourage you from using this as a tool to grow your business. Give yourself the option to say, I'll pass. All right? Because everything that you're going to be doing to earn this trip is going to be building your business. You're going to grow your business. You're going to grow a reliable business that you're going to be able to rely on income every single month. And you're also going to be changing other people's lives while you're doing it. But that's something you have to believe. You truly believe that this business can change somebody's lives. Another hurdle that holds people back, and I am one of those people, you guys, not in the beginning, not in the beginning. I went through a major trauma halfway through my journey that set me back mentally. And I didn't think that I had the capability to help people. But I had to remind myself, it's not me. All I have to do is give them the opportunity. They have to make the choice to do something with it. I'm not going to be the one that's going to help them achieve their goals. It's not because of me. It's not because of me. I'm going to be there for them. I'm going to do my best, but I'm not going to be the one that determines their success. So if you're struggling with your confidence and your worthiness of saving and changing people's lives, it's because you're putting way too much credit on yourself. It's not up to us, okay? You just have to offer, and then they decide if it's for them. And they decide if they want to do something with it. Just like all of you. you're getting all this information, you have it in front of you, it's available to you, but then you have to decide if you're going to do it, if you're going to take the actions, and you're going to be consistent with it. Because consistency, guys, is the key. It's the key. I've been on every spectrum. I've been like this, diligent, very disciplined, and I've also been up and down and all over the place, and I've seen both sides. I was able to do this because I was so this in the beginning. I was so consistent and so diligent and so determined, okay, and disciplined, okay? So I want you to figure out where you're struggling as far as your worthiness or your capability. And we have to tackle that really fast because we only have 6 months to do this, okay? All right, let's start breaking down. First, I want you guys to see where you, if you're brand new, because it's possible and you have no idea where we're looking. All right, so in your dashboard, you're gonna go down to the incentives, and here is the, we're gonna watch this really fast, the Alaskan cruise, because this is amazing. All right. Many of you have already seen that a ton of times already, and I'm glad that you have. I'm glad it's your 10th time watching it, because we have to keep reminding ourselves. We have to keep giving ourselves an opportunity to visualize ourselves there, okay? I see a chat going on. Hold on. Okay, so Alaska is still considered US, so we shouldn't as far as passports. I don't know if the other locations that we're stopping is considered. I don't, that's information I don't know. However, I'm glad you brought up passports. One thing that I did when I joined Scentsy, oh, stopping in Canada. I don't know. I don't know those dates. I'm sorry about that. You can just Google those locations and see, and then they'll give information. If anybody else on here knows those answers, that'll be helpful. But one thing that really got me excited is I applied for a passport as soon as I knew where Punta Cana was. I knew about the, and I just, that's another, like, it makes you commit that you're going to be going, right? And because I did that, I had it in plenty of time by the time I even knew I earned it. And it was so exciting because I was able to start goaling myself to where I'm going to go next. And now in 10 years, guys, I should have brought my, I'll show you, I'll do some screen pictures and I'll post it. All the places Scentsy has brought me. I've literally been to, like, I think like 10 countries, and like, I mean, well over 15 states, well over. I mean, and I never been anywhere except for New York to see my family, my husband's family. I didn't even get to go to Manhattan or anything and see any of that. It was just, I'm in New York and that's it. I went and basically the states that I've lived, Nevada, California, New Mexico, but I never been anywhere before Scentsy. Scentsy gives you opportunities to do things that are in our minds impossible, and what we don't plan ourselves. We always think, oh, that's too much. Oh, we don't have the time. Or I should be putting my money somewhere else. Well, guess what? Scentsy's putting their money for you if you decide to build your business and grow your business. Think about that, you guys. That you get to learn how to grow your business, make money along the way. And the cool thing is you could be putting money aside so you can go have a blast where they send you. But the celebration is a free trip. I don't know about you guys, but there's not a lot of careers that you can choose out there unless you're in some type of sales that do that. And it's usually the top producers. I wanted to talk to you guys about that. I was in an event, I don't know, years ago, and the booth next to me was this other company. And I don't remember what it was. I don't think they're around anymore. And she said that, and I had a picture of it. At the time, the incentive was 6 locations. You could choose 6 different places you wanted to go. It was Canada, Costa Rica, Hawaii, I don't know, some other place. I chose Costa Rica, so I don't really remember the rest. But anyways, she was like, oh, wow, that's really cool. And I said, yeah, do you guys go on to incentives? She goes, yeah, but only the top producers earn those. And that made me so sad. And of course I talked about the opportunity, but it didn't work out, whatever. But it blew my mind that she was like, okay with that. And she was like, yeah, so I'll never go on one. She decided she'll never go on one. She decided she'll never be a top producer. And so that mindset, it doesn't matter if you have the ability, you've already decided. And so again, for the millionth time, with people that are on these calls regularly, whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. That's from Henry Ford. Okay. So if you think that you'll never be a top producer, you won't be, because you think you won't. All right. So you have to believe in yourself more than anybody else. And if you have people that, this is another hurdle that I deal with on a regular basis when I'm doing coachings. People tell me, my family aren't supporting, my husband's bugging me, he won't help me, da-da-da. Don't make that an excuse. It's great to have support, but it's not, I personally, honestly, in a total fluke that my husband supports and has been by my side. But most consultants, you guys, they will tell you their husband's never even opened a box for them before, but it doesn't stop them. They're still on the trips with me and Mitch. So again, wherever you're struggling or you think it's going to stop you, you have to decide it's not going to stop you. Don't let those be excuses of why you don't achieve your goals. You just have to decide, how am I going to get around that? How am I going to get over that hurdle? Okay. With coaching, you may be able to learn some specific details or ideas that will help you with that, possibly, but don't count on it, right? All right, so let me get back to where we were. All right, where are we? Oh, this is the wrong one. Can you guys see the incentive trip breakdown? Okay. Okay, so these are what is required, okay? So PRV, sales. Sales is, if you don't make a sale, you don't make money. So that's obvious why you need to make sales. So $1 or 1 PRV point, I'm not gonna say dollar because we know licensed products aren't dollar for dollar. So 1 PRV point equals 1 point towards your trip. So the more you sell, the more points you're going to get, right? So you want to goal yourself high with sales. How are we going to get those? Fundraisers, events, parties, online, in person, on the go, on location, sit and sniff, whatever you can do to make those sales and to meet new people, okay? Fundraisers are an amazing opportunity for the fall, because school's coming back in. We didn't have that opportunity last year, but let me tell you guys, I've earned every trip because I always have fundraisers in the fall. If you're like, I don't know how to get a fundraiser, I don't know anybody, I've heard people say, I don't have any kids. Again, that is an excuse. I'm sorry to tell you, because when I joined, my kids were too small. They weren't in school. I had kids, but I didn't have any in school. You have to decide how you're going to make that happen. Okay. You're going to jump on fundraising calls. You're going to reach out to your sponsor and upline and say, hey, I want to do a fundraiser. You know, can you direct me in the direction of the trainings that I need to do? And think out of the box. Get on these calls and other calls so you guys can power them. Okay. PRV consistency. Now, 1,000 PRV points, you guys, I'm going to tell you right now, and I'm not trying to scare you guys. It's not going to earn you for 2 if you're going to stick to that, unless you are going to be a recruiting crazy banshee and get them all to certified and beyond. 1,000 PRV points is not going to get you there for 6 months. That's only 6,000 PRV points. Okay. I mean, that's not with your sales, and then it's only going to be an extra 2,500. So think big, you guys. Okay. You all should be thinking no minimum than 2,500 PRV. And if that is something you've never reached anywhere near, guess what? Today is a different day. Okay. And that means you need to be committing to learning your business, because people don't just sell that on a regular basis because of luck. You have to treat this like a business, you guys. If you want the lifestyle that you see other people living, and you want the things that other people have, you have to put the work in. Okay. I was at church last night. We were doing a fireside, and the speaker talked about we do missions, and well, you guys know that Orville and Heidi are on a mission, and he said that he was struggling on his mission. He missed home, this and that. And his dad told him about a conference talk that he heard once. And basically this high authority in our church was struggling on his mission, and and basically, long story short, the dad said, forget yourself and go to work. Forget yourself and go to work, meaning make it not about you. Make it about, I want to offer the opportunity to as many people as possible. I want to share this product with as many people as possible. Because if you're always worrying about you, you're going to be having a barrier. We all know that service is essential in life to be happy, you guys. When you're serving other people and you're making it about them, how Scentsy is going to bless their life, and not about how it's going to bless yours, or, you know, oh, if this person joins, I get this. Yes, that's true. But let's focus on them. How is it going to be for them? Okay. How is it going to, what do they need out of this business? What do they need out of a hosting opportunity? What are they looking to benefit from? It's always, people are always looking, what is in it for me? Sorry, that's a tongue twister. What is in it for me? So we have to make sure we know what it is. So we have to know our business, right? And what the opportunity is. Sorry, let me mute myself. Sorry, they just dropped a bunch of something. All right. PRV consistency. So you can bank on that if you at least do that. 250 points. Personal promotion. So this is why I want you guys to really focus on this. This is why if you're a lower title, it's actually better for you, because you have more opportunities to go up the chain during the next 6 months. Okay. So if you're a superstar consultant, then director is where you should be focusing, because that's 5,000 points. If you are a certified, you will get 1,500 to get to lead, and then you'll get 2,000 when you get to star. If you're a star, when you promote to superstar, you're going to get 3,000. So promotion is always where we all should be looking. Now, I can't promote anymore, guys, so I don't have this option right here. I have to make up somewhere else. So actually, the top leaders have to work harder than you guys in certain areas, okay? But I love that, because it shows that we're in this together, that it doesn't guarantee me a slot. I don't just, oh, I'm a superstar director, so that means I get to go on the trip. Nope. I have to do all the work that you guys do, okay? And then some, because I'm helping everybody, right? As many people as want my help. Activity bonus. So get paid at rank for the following titles during the qualification period. So what this means is that, say you are a star consultant currently, if you get paid as a lead consultant, but not a star consultant, you'll get 100 points per month of whatever you get paid at that month. And what that means is every month you are required to achieve all the qualifications to hit each title. So again, if you're a star, but you only hit lead qualifications, then you'll get points for a lead qualifications. But if you are a star, if you hit those star, you'll get the 300, and it goes all the way up. So me as a superstar director, if I'm only paid as a star director, I'm going to get 1,500 points a month, not 2,500. I have to hit my qualifications to get those paid at title points. If this is like blah, 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 blah to you and you're not getting it, then you really need to schedule time with myself, your director, your sponsor, whoever gets it. All right. 250 points for each frontline consultant sponsored August 1st, meaning as of yesterday, they joined, and they promote to certified within the 6-month period. We obviously want them to get higher, but you'll automatically get, oh, and this is, I'm sorry, you guys, that was wrong. Consultant sponsored prior, forgive me, back up. If you have an essential consultant on your team right now, all right, and they join prior to August 1st, if they promote to certified August 1st through July 31st, you'll get 250 points. So what everybody should be doing is, if you have a team, is pulling your report in the performance tab. And if you don't know how to do that, you'll need to set up time with your upline. I'm just going to show you what you got. I have it here. Hold on a second. You pull everybody that's essential. Okay. This is my list right here. Okay. And these are all people that are potentially can become certified in the next 6 months, because they're already on my team prior to August 1st. And so those people I want to reach out to. First, I'm going to start with people that are close, so they know, right? And so we want to make sure that they're aware. Here's the thing, guys, people's circumstances change. Just like if they tell you, no, I don't want to join, they can join later on because their circumstances change. Just like your team members. Your team members may have joined just for being a hobbyist and to be a smart shopper to get their own stuff. But you know what? Maybe Alaska's been their dream their whole life. And you say, hey, did you hear about the Alaskan cruise? All of a sudden their ears perk up and they're like, say what? What do I need to do? All of a sudden they start working their business. And so you never know if they're going to be interested. So it's just about making them aware, touching base, letting them know where they're at and how you can support them to get to, the next level. Okay. Okay, now 1,000 points you're going to get for everybody you sponsor August 1st through January 31st. So you want to, that's why you want to always, and this is not just during the incentive period, always goal yourself to sponsor at least 1 to 2 people every month, because it's more likely if you're doing that consistently, they're going to be working and promoting along that 6 months, okay? And you're going to, the more you sponsor, obviously, the more likely you're going to get at least 1,000 points, and hopefully more, because they're going to continue to grow with you and they're going to want to earn the trip with you, but they won't know that it's available if you don't let them know about it, right? I will tell you, so many consultants, when they sponsor a new consultant, they don't tell them what's available because they fear that they're pushing them. Oh, well, she just told me she wanted, to buy for herself. Well, that was because she didn't know that she could earn a trip to an Alaskan cruise. So here's a delivery that I usually say, you guys. All right. I know you just want to join. You just wanted to join for the discount, which is awesome. That's smart. You spend enough. That's great. But I would be a bad sponsor if I didn't let you know what's available to you. And you get to choose what you would like to pursue. And I'm here to support you with that and show you the tools on how that can happen if you decide you want to do that. And that's how I tell them about the shooting star, about the sensational start level 1, 2, or 3, about promotion, and especially about an incentive. But you will feel so bad if a couple months down the road, you sponsored somebody in August and they had no idea about an incentive trip, and all of a sudden they're like, wait a minute, I could have earned a trip. I could have been working on this since August, and here it is November, and I just landed upon this button on my workstation, don't leave yourself in that position. Okay? Because here's the thing. The reason why you get points for promotions on your team is because you are responsible to be supporting your team to grow. Okay? They're teaching you things you should be doing anyways, because it's not helping them to make more money if they're not growing, right? But the only way they're going to know and you're going to know if that's what they want is if you offer it to them and you make it available. All right, and then if you earn the keep growing 21 incentive points, you get I think it's like 500 for a certain level and so more for another. You get towards the fall incentive, so you can add those right to your points. Okay, now where are you entitled today as of August 1st? Well, as of yesterday, what title are you? Okay, I'm just going to use like right in the middle. I'm going to start with star. Okay, if you are a star consultant as of August 1st, this is a breakdown right here to earn 25,900 points. Now, that is, let me see here. Where's the break? Okay, so that is level 2. Okay, that includes earn a trip for one aboard the Alaskan cruise. So that's just you. Now, if you are planning on bringing your husband or your wife or your sister or whatever, then that is not the breakdown you want to focus on. That's just going to be an idea of what you want. Now, if 2,000 is something that you decide is just the max you can do, then you're going to have to make it up with sponsoring, right? And helping them grow. And this is the breakdown right here. And here's the thing, guys. I'm a human being too. I look at that and it's, oh my gosh, that's crazy. Because if you don't have a list of possibilities already that you have, like I have potentials, this is my list. And they don't come off until they join. Okay, I have people on that have been on there for years, like I'm talking 9-10 years, okay? And I even have it, this is just my more newer one, but I have another binder that I keep conversations with. If you don't have a list like that, you're gonna say, oh my gosh, that's daunting. I don't have anybody to start with. But neither does a brand new consultant, right? They don't know where to start. So let's go back to the basics. When's the last time you filled out your list of 100? Have you ever filled out your list of 100? And most people are going to tell me, did it. And you just have to, here's the thing. You're the only one that knows what you're doing and what you're not. You're the only one knows what you didn't do and what you have done. Okay. So you have to decide, ask yourself, have I done a list of 100? The answer might be yes, but when's the last time you've updated it and actually looked at it? And so your list of 100 has to be all of the above. Do they know that I'm even a consultant? I know that sounds crazy, you guys, but let me tell you a quick story that's very impactful, I hope. I just moved to Vegas and I was doing a really big show. It's called the Bridal Spectacular. And I was across the way from this bridal booth, obviously. And it's funny, it's the place that I got married. So I was talking to the lady and I was like, oh my gosh, I got married. I brought over a picture because at the time we had a warmer that had a frame in it. You could put a picture. So I put my wedding picture, kind of helping them use me as a, yes, get married there. And then I was marketing our warmer of the month at the time. So I networked, right? Anyways, long story short, it was a 3-day show and I had different consultants coming to help me. And the last day, I had a team member come. And guess what? The owner of the place was one of my team members' consultants. She had no idea she's been a consultant for like over a year. Okay. She had just offered me already the days before to go do a booth at her wedding venue. So she's like, I didn't know, she's obviously not talking to me. So she's obviously not doing like business wise. So I want you to be there because I want a professional. I was like, Okay, that's between you guys. You figured that out. It was very awkward, but I had to get, it had to be a learning experience for her. It was a big aha. And, you know, when I asked her in the prior with other coaching or whatever, I'm like, you know, does everybody you know that you already have a relationship with know you're a consultant? She's like, doesn't know and she owned a wedding venue and she does events all the time. Guess what? I also sponsored one of my biggest business builders at that event as well, who sponsored like over 30 people in my team. So if you're not letting everybody know you're a consultant, that's where you're really hurting yourself, because you aren't giving yourself opportunities for parties, for getting products in their hands, and also business opportunities to sponsor these people, right? So that's where you start. So I really want you to ask. And here's the thing, guys. I've been doing this 10 years. I've said that a million times. There are people that I still haven't asked to host parties. And so I'm not trying to come off like I'm perfect. I'm not trying to come off like, you know, everything is, you know, I do everything squeaky clean. It's not the truth. I want you to know that, because people come to me all the time and say, I've done everything. That's their quote. I've done everything, Jess, and it's just not working. And what I say to them, no, you haven't, because I haven't done everything. There's always opportunity. You're just not looking for it. Or if you see it, you don't want to go there for a reason. So the people that I haven't gone there, I've been able to identify there was a hidden reason. A fear, most likely, somewhere, an insecurity of a lack of knowledge of how to, whatever it is, something was blocking me. Okay. And the only time I bust through those is when I decide that I'm not going to let fear go. What's the expression? Let fear over faith, basically. I have to ask my own self to this day, do you believe that this is an opportunity, Jess? Are you going to let fear of them saying, no, this isn't for me or whatever, stop you from the possibility of blessing their lives? Another reason why it's so vital for you to be connected on these things, you guys, is because you have to hear stories that remind you that this is a blessing. I'm not just saying my Zooms. I'm saying hear from other people. Get on the Saturday call. There's somebody new every single week. Get on there's like, what's it, Unite and Thrive, what I forget. I know Melissa knows it. Can you type it in the chat for me, Melissa? There's all kinds of Facebook pages. There's all kinds of YouTube videos. You have to know stories to give you the confidence to say, you know what? There are people out there that want and need this opportunity. There are people out there that want and need to book parties. They don't want to buy it full price, but they love their Scentsy. Okay. I want to stop there for a second, and I want to know your guys' thoughts. Okay, so Debbie, you said that's me. Tell me what that means. You have to unmute, honey. Hold on. I don't think it's going to let me unmute. Yeah, you have to click on.
There we go.
There you go.
Got it? Okay. Sorry, I'm making dinner as I'm watching. No, I was saying that was me because I was just mainly looking at becoming just a hobbyist. And then when the cruise came about, that's been like my dream cruise that I've always wanted to be on. I've never been on a cruise, and that's one of the ones I wanted to be on. So when that came about, I've like started really working on everything, and I've been talking to Rebecca like crazy, and she's been helping me out. And I made a mistake. My daughter had a party, and I closed it out after she got her free items, and she still had 2 half-off items to do, and I ended up closing it out by accident. I was like, oh no. So I reopened it. So we're got our party going again, but I lost out on the half-off things. But I'm like, man. So, but other than that, yeah, I'm really really working on it and trying to get going on it, and trying to talk my daughter into joining it,
Yeah.
because I was showing her, especially what the sale that's going on with that $300 stuff for free.
Yes. Yes.
I want that kit.
All of us do, believe me.
But yeah, so I've been trying to talk to her in it, and so hopefully she can, because she does photography on the side, so that could, help out.
For her marketing and stuff, yes,
Yeah.
that's an asset. Very, very cool.
Yeah, so
and it's so important to link the things that each person has, knowing about them, so you can kind of say, oh, this skill you can link into your business, and it gives them a little bit more confidence that they're starting with a little bit of knowledge, because they always start with, I don't know what I'm doing. That all of us think that when we start, because we don't, right? Until somebody says, oh, you have that skill, oh, you could use it this way. So I'm so glad you said that, though, Debbie, because most people, let's face it, I think like 86%, I don't know, it's a high percent, start thinking that they're just going to buy for themselves and they're just going to be hobbyists. But I hear it on a regular basis. Top level people always say, oh, I just joined for the kit. Oh, I didn't join to do this as a business, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to mute you, Debbie. Thank you so much for sharing. What I wanted to say, because Debbie shared about her daughter, you guys, if you're not trying to sponsor and offer the opportunity to your entire family, most people, the reason why they're not is they're thinking, oh, well, then they can't buy for me. Here's the thing. If you haven't read Mary Christensen's Be a Direct Sales Superstar, or Be a direct sale sponsoring rock star, do yourself a favor and do. But one thing she talks about is how sales are money for today, parties are money for the month, but sponsoring is money for a lifetime. And one thing that I did was sponsor immediately, right? And I was giving my parties to my hosts because I wanted them to get off to a sensational start. They were already halfway or more to their shooting star. And when they see that they've accomplished something in the business before they even knew they did anything, we have to make sure we make them aware of it and say, you know what, that's something that not all consultants achieve. So you're starting off earning an award before you even start. And that's going to, again, build their confidence. But right now in August, we're able to say, and you get this award that you get an enhancement kit for free, which most people have to spend $200 for. That, I mean, honestly, here's the thing. We don't want to make it a tool of like join just for the kid and then do nothing. I mean, we don't want to put that in their mindset, because it's going to be harder to break out of that mindset. But on the same token, utilizing that as a tool to help them make that decision that makes them go in the back of their mind, oh, if I do nothing, the worst thing that's going to happen is I'm going to have all this free stuff. That's what Lenora, one of my frontline that I sponsored, basically said to herself. She did a party, and I told her that she already hit 500. It was the one time they did this, 6 years ago, I think. She joined only for that. She was a great client, finally got her to book a party, and she joined just because of that. She stayed a hobbyist, but the one thing she did is she gave a catalog to one of her coworkers, and guess who that was? That was director Lauren Swift. And Lauren, on her own, looked at the compensation plan in the back of the catalog and was like, oh, wow, you can make money from this? And decided to join on her own. And she already hit level 3 in sensational start before I even realized she was like on the team, because I didn't have like a structure of like looking what's going on yet. So I kind of was like, whoa, she hit level 3, I have this chick. She ended up, continuing to grow and becoming a very strong director. Oh yeah, great tips, Melissa. Yeah. Oh, as far as not using your half off items, you want to make sure you do that, because you're also being charged the $5 fee. Yeah. If you don't have the extra money or don't need anything extra, just buy a light bulb. 2 light bulbs. If you have like one half off item and then your perpetual reward, just get rid of them, or offer them to a client that buys a lot. Say, hey, I have this extra half off item. Do you need it? And they'll be like, say what? Yeah. and it's going to build that rapport. And if somebody else asks them to book a party or buy, they're going to be like, nope, my consultant hooks me up every now and then. So, but just remember that you're going to be charged a $5 fee. So you might as well get some product out of it if you're not going to really use it for like a warmer or 6-pack of bars or something. Okay, so less than 30 minutes. I want to just have you guys watch a snippet of this. It's a, it is a hour-long YouTube video, okay? And you just heard a lot from me. But you're also going to hear a lot from several different top earners that have earned all the trips. I've been on trips with all of them, even in the top 100, and they're all top producers, okay? And they do it, we do it every single year. It's, again, it's not like we earn it and then never earn it again. We have to work and do the same thing you guys do, okay? So if we can do it, so can you, all right? So I'm going to share my screen so you can just hear a little bit from this, but I want you to get commit yourself to watching this video, because if you're not putting yourself in the mindset of I'm going to learn how to earn this trip, then you're already like knocking yourself like 10 steps back, okay? You can't just watch this video and say, okay, I have all the tools I need, all right? You have to commit to training yourself weekly, if not more.
Going to be speaking tonight has earned multiple incentive trips. Everybody has earned at least one top tier, top 100s, top 50, whatever it might be, at least one.
I'm going to skip
to,
that.
or a South Pacific cruise.
I already told you guys.
Personally, when I earned a Region 1 trip in 2018 or something like that, I ended up being able to get to go to Region 2s because my points were high enough. And it was a really big gift to me and really exciting and an experience I'll never forget. So make sure you keep that in mind as you're earning this trip. But it's the same thing as normal. You're earning this trip through the same things that you need to be doing on a daily, a weekly, a monthly basis to grow your Scentsy business. There's a reason why these points are set up the way that they are. They're not just for no reason. These points are.
Okay, that's just echoing what I already said.
That are on that want to talk PRV. We are going to talk parties and fundraisers and all of the different aspects. But if you want to add something about PRV, please do. And PRV. Okay. Here's the thing. So PRV is probably the easiest of all of the points that you can earn because you control it. You control it. Your points that you get from PRV are not dependent on anybody else. They're not dependent on your team and how they perform. They're not dependent on your getting paid at title or not, which also means that you're reliant on your team. PRV you can control. If you want to have 4,000 points a month coming from PRV, you have the opportunity to have 4,000 points coming from PRV. Then you
why not make it 5,000?
Why not?
Right.
Just up it. But realistically, like here's the thing. So when you do the breakdown of figuring out how many points that you need, so let's say it is the 25,000 that you are aiming for. 25,000 minus, is it the 4,500? I don't have that breakdown in front of me. 4,500 needs to come from sponsoring. Yes, Hannah, you're nodding. Okay, so you take that 2,500, right? And you deduct, or you take the 25,000, you deduct 4,500 that you need for sponsoring points. The rest of those points, if need be, could come from PRV. It could come from you and your sales. So if you take 20,000 divided by 6, because that's basically you need 20,000 points of PRV at that point, divided by 6 months, you need $3,333 in PRV each month. Now, that is like worst case scenario. You're putting all of your eggs in the PRV basket. Nothing else is going to happen. None of your team members or frontline are going to promote. You're not going to get consistency, or you're not going to get what that is like bottom line, most that you would need if you only counted on the 4,500 sponsoring and the 20,500 from PRV. The whole point is the PRV is what you control. So now is the time where, oh my gosh, 5 days until it starts?
I'm going to skip ahead. We already know that part.
It is always such a huge thing for me. And that is like, I always know that my PRV is going to be jump started there. And I can talk to people about the incentive, like, hey, do you want to come on a cruise with me? Like I get a lot of my recruits in the fall. It's always such a good time to speak. And my dog is scratching at the window.
Okay, really fast. I just want to say, if you haven't announced on your social media that the incentive is the Alaskan cruise, you need to do that, because you don't know who's watching and you don't know who's wants to go on Alaskan cruise. And then make sure you're sharing about the free $500 shooting star kit, well, $300 shooting star kit, because I just got somebody that I've been talking to for over a year. We've had several actual business conversation about her joining, and she basically just never was the right time. She contacted me today and said, okay, I want to sit down and talk about booking my party so I can get started, meaning get started with Scentsy. So the reason why I did that is because I tagged her. And one of the conversations that we had is I said, well, if you would join Scentsy, why would you join? She goes, the traveling. She's like, I see you go on all these trips. I would want to travel. I want to do what you do. So I already knew that. So when the incentive came out, I tagged her. And she saw that. Then she saw that this month is the month to join with the extra. She's like, all right, I'm sold. Let's get this on the books. So it doesn't mean that I didn't put a lot of work for over a year talking to this lady, having sit downs with her several times before her time was right. Okay. She had to have the right motivation. When she saw Alaskan cruise, she was like, okay, I'm not going to pass that one up. So please make sure that you are talking. It's all about, again, it's all about them. And yes, it's going to help you earn it. But I'm going to tell you guys, incentive trips are so much more exciting when you have your team with you. It's fun. I'm not going to lie. I've been on them by myself, but I've also been on them with my team. And it's so much more joy to see them celebrate and to see that, you know what, we all can do this together. Okay. All right. Let me share again. I'm going to bounce around. There's somebody, I should have just went straight to it, but I didn't think I was going to end up talking that much. You guys know I kind of bounce all over the place, but hold on a second. I'm going to skip. I think it's right here.
4,500 sponsoring points. That.
But I really suggest you guys to watch this whole thing.
I will say something about that is that I cannot, after 14 years, I cannot tell you how often I have sat with consultants like in December or like mid-December, and they say to themselves, or even January, like, I wish I just had one more month, or if I just had 2 more weeks, and so don't wait. Don't wait until your kids go back to school or after Labor Day. Like, start yesterday. Don't make your plan now. Give it the time now, because you don't want to be short time, which is what happens all the time. The consultants are like, I just needed 2 more weeks. I needed 2 more weeks of solid dedication. So, and then the one thing I wanted to say when Jen was talking about parties and
okay. The biggest mistake, which she just talked about, is telling yourself there's going to be the right time. Oh, I'm going to start booking parties when, like she said, when the kids go to school, or, I'm just going to let this week settle down. You guys, you got to jump in. You can't, this is a business of opportunity, and opportunity pops up like this. And if you're not ready to snatch it, you can really miss a big opportunity. The days that you decide not to work your business and not to make a plan are the days that you could have maybe met your next rock star. The times that you decide not to offer the hosting and opportunity could be the person that could have been your next rock star, or the party that you met your next rock star, or the party that was over $1,000. You just don't know. So if you make the decision to not make sure they know about everything, again, you're hurting yourself. It's a numbers game, you guys. The more no's you get, the closer you are to a yes. Okay. I always tell you guys on a regular basis, but I'm going to remind you again. When you go work for somebody else, right? You have a job description. You have to do XYZ every day, every week, and every month. Your job description with Scentsy is to sell products, offer the opportunity to host so you can meet new people to sell the product to, and offer the opportunity as a business. And we now have Scentsy Club too, which is another option. Okay. If they don't want to join, they don't want to host, but they just want to have the perks of, you know, the auto ship and all that stuff. If you decide what ones you're going to offer, you're more, okay. So if you say they can either sell, I mean, they could buy the products, that's a 50-50 chance they're going to not buy it or they're going to buy it, right? But if you give yourself 4 different options, it's more likely they're going to do one or more, right? They may say, oh, I do want this warmer right now, but I do want to book a party too. Or I do want to book a party, but I also want to join, but I want to join with my party. So think of it as a job description. Don't make the choice. And again, if you come off that way, say, hey, all I'm sharing with you is what's available. You can do this, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this. What is the best for you? And they're gonna, because if you just say, do you want to join? It's a yes or no answer, right? But if you can say, these are the options, what sounds best for you? What's a best fit for you? They have to think about it. And they also have to answer with an actual response, not yes or no. They have to say, oh, well, I think I'm just going to buy for now. Okay. And it's usually going to be a for now because there is other options available that they're not quite comfortable with and knowledgeable of yet, but you're planted the seed, right? But again, if you just say this is the price of the warmer and that's it, then there's no question what's best for them. It's, do they want to buy or do they not? And then you're done. So give yourself, make sure if you're good at what you do on your day job, ask yourself, what are your main requirements that you have to do every day, every week, every month? And why do you do them? Because they pay you to do them. They pay you to do those main requirements every single month. So the people that are making thousands of dollars every month with Scentsy and hundreds of thousands of dollars with Scentsy are the ones that are giving all options with everybody. And it's not because they have some great tactic and are more outgoing than you. No, they're just making sure they know what's available. Okay. And again, I'm always vulnerable and open with you guys and transparent. When I'm not sponsoring, I'm not talking to enough people. Okay. However, sometimes you're talking to many people and there's no, but then you have a burst of a lot of people that join. That's happened to me. I've had like a streak of nobody joining and then 8 people join all in the same month, like in August with something like this. Do you know what I mean? So you have to ask yourself, does everybody I know that has bought from me in the past, that has hosted with me in the past, know about the opportunity? Every single person you should be giving a call to, letting them know, because they don't know what they don't know. And at least you can say, you know what? They know about it, because you don't want them to come back and say, why didn't you tell me? I've done that. That hurts. That hurts bad. Okay. And then I'm going to let you guys go with this last thought, but I'm going to share a little trick at the end, and then I have an announcement. So just bear with me. When I started buying Scentsy, the consultant that I bought from never talked about hosting with me and never offered me the opportunity. Okay. She also knew that I was struggling financially. And she didn't say, hey, why don't you try selling Scentsy to make some extra income? So I didn't join under that consultant because she didn't offer it to me. Everybody thinks that, oh, they have a catalog, they know that they can join, they can look at the back of the page and see it's I didn't look at that stuff, guys. I was so struggling financially. I look really fast and go, oh, okay, yeah, I just want a vanilla suede bar. That's what was available back then. It was one of my favorites. And I was scared to look at more because I knew I couldn't afford it. So don't assume that there's, Lauren Cliff was a fluke. Okay. That doesn't happen normally, that she took upon herself to read the compensation plan and join and see the potential of the compensation plan. But here's what happens, guys. If you are sponsoring and growing your business consistently, a Lauren Cliff will pop out. Okay. But if we're just being selective and hiring people on every once a year, if that, you're not going to find those people. You've got to hire enough people to give yourself the probability for a Lauren Cliff to pop out. Okay. All right. One little trick I just wanted to share. I have a video on it, but new people probably don't know. I have like 1,000 YouTube videos with training. But yesterday I got a bar and it fell on the floor. And you see how there's no top? It right off the butt just fell off, and it's for a customer. So what you could do instead of saying, oh, I have to call, support. See how it has a little bit of you may not be able to see it. There's a little bit of like leftover right there. So I'm going to cut that off. Okay, so now it's flat. It's like even. And I just happen to have the same because I had this in my bathroom. But I'm going to show you how, if you have so save these for a couple of reasons. One, they're good like little change things, or I put paper clips in here. They're also recyclable, and you can also make wreaths during the holidays, things like that. So what I'm going to do is, hold on. Jeff has to slow down a little bit and remember how I do this. Okay, so right there. And then I'm going to cut the top off of this one. I went blank. You guys know I do that because I sometimes talk faster than my thoughts. And then I'm going to stick it right inside of there. Okay. Now, normally there isn't the same sticker, but you can just peel off. This is easy to take off and then just put it right on the, you take both of them off and then you peel it off and just stick it right on there. And your client won't even know the difference because it worked. See, does it look like I did anything? Brand new. Now I can sell this to my client. Opens up just fine. Little trick. Okay. Instead of doing it, might as well share, right? Okay, so my announcement, we got 5 minutes left. I don't want to keep you guys, is that, well, this was a long one. I'm starting a 10-week program on next Monday. And what this program is about is the fundamentals of how you're going to get to earn this trip. And so what that means is, what did I say in the beginning? And what did Rachel Kent say in the beginning of her spiel? Is that everything you have to do in the business to earn your trip is everything you have to do in the business always. So we are going to be doing those things together. I'm going to be emailing everybody an invitation. Doesn't matter what level you are, who you are, when you started, whatever. Everybody in the group is invited. However, you do have to commit to the 10 weeks, okay? And there is homework, and it'll basically be posted right after this call every Monday around 7:30 Pacific. And then you have the entire week until 5, right before our other call, this call on Mondays, 5 p.m. Pacific. It's all in the email though, to turn in your homework. Now, I'm going to be transparent. I decided to do this on a whim. Another superstar director and I collaborated. She shared some thoughts and ideas, and I did. And I'm doing this by myself as of right now, but we're collaborating in a couple of, I think Wednesday. Anyways, she may be doing this with me. She may get to have some other leaders that are going to be helping me. Shannon is actually the shining star for 2018, and I have a couple other people that might be jumping in as well. However, either way, it's going to be videos that are posted from other people that have earned trips on specific things, okay? And then you're going to be required to implement those things, okay? Many of you have actually done some of my programs in the past, and so they're just going to be reminders. And the thing is, you guys, we're always looking for this new information and this exciting something that you're missing that you don't know. It's very likely all these actions, especially if you're a seasoned consultant and you've been around for a while, or if you've been in my programs, it's going to be a reminder, and it's just telling you the business doesn't change. It's the same stuff. Yes, you can change the creativity, the way you do it, the when you do it, all that stuff, that's flexible, but the fundamentals are the same. And so it's all it's doing is checking you and saying, are you doing it? Are you still doing it? You may know it. It's knowledge without implementation is a waste of knowledge, right? You could be the encyclopedia of Scentsy, but if you're not out there utilizing it, it's not getting you anywhere. Okay. So I hope you, especially the people that are on this call, I hope you accept the program. Don't let fear stop you. Don't let, oh no, am I going to be able to do this? You're going to have an entire week to do it whenever you want to do it. But here's the thing, if you're planning on going on this cruise, I hope you're planning on implementing when you're going to be working your business. And part of it is going to be helping you with that. Again, I still want you to be partnering with one of your leaders during this next 6 months, at least doing a minimum every 2-week check-in. Because like I said, you've got to have collaboration. You may be doing something and it's working, but you don't know why it's working. And so you need somebody to kind of help you figure out, and so you can measure it, okay? You can't repeat something and make it more effective if you don't even know why it's working. And then you may not even know if it's working. So we want to make sure that your actions are measurable, okay? All right, thank you guys for sticking around for this really long one. I know this was extra long tonight, but I'm really excited for you guys. This is somewhere I've never been. I've been on the cruises. It's the same type of ships. They're gorgeous. They're amazing. There's so much on them. But I will tell you that I think everybody wants to go to Alaska at one point. And if you've been there, you know how beautiful it is. Mitch has been with the military like 4 times since we've been married, and I've been super jealous. So they did the Alaskan cruise like in 2009. So it's been a long time. So I'm super excited they're doing it again. And I really want all of us to be on it together. It is such an amazing experience, and especially being on a cruise and being able to go to dinner together and dress up for dinner at night and all the fun stuff. They've got like shows you can go see. And then when we get off on the porch, you get to go somewhere. What did I just do, you guys? I'm speaking as I'm going, right? I'm not saying, oh, if I go with you and if I earn it too, I've decided I'm going. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I know the things I need to do, but I don't have like, ton of people that joined today that you know what I'm saying? Like I have a plan to the fact that I know who I need to connect with. But even this potential list is not just who I'm going to talk with. It's also all my customers, and it might take all 6 months to get through everybody. Okay. Anyways, I really hope that this was helpful, and I really hope to be working with you all closer, and that you all decide to join our 10-week program. All right. Any last questions, comments before we head off? Okay. All right, ladies.
I do, wait a minute. Sorry. Well, because I missed like the first part of it. Is it you're gonna have that? Because when I got on, you guys had that graph up on how everything was breaking down. Is this gonna be where we can replay that and see that graph?
So, okay, yes, this is recorded. I'm going to be emailing it to all of you.
Okay.
Somebody go, Zoe, please. If you don't get my emails, check your spam. I just found out somebody today that has been with Scentsy for years and she's never gotten my emails, and they've been going to spam. So please do that. But let me just show you really fast. Oh my God. 1 second. I gotta get, she's loud. This little thing making all that noise. Okay. All right. Say hi to everybody. All right. So, Debbie, it's right in your incentive tab on your dashboard right here. Okay. Thank you for the kisses. And then the tracker is right here. And then how to earn breakdown is right here. And these are suggestions so you can kind of see an idea of where you're at. If you're a lead consultant, for instance, then you'd start here. If you're certified, this is basically going to get you for one. If you want more, then you'll have to plan more than that. Oh, I just realized my video's off. Not a big deal. Anyways, and then the FAQ, all the questions you may have is right here. All right. And then there's also going to be more breakdowns that I'm going to be posting in the group page that you'll add yourself to. You'll request to be added in this program that I'm having. So there's going to be lots of different resources and tools that I'm going to be providing. Okay. Does that make sense? Thumbs up? Yep. Okay. All right. Thank you, ladies. I'm excited. And we'll see you next week. And yeah, well, let me make sure that I see. I normally use my empty clamshells cover. What? Covers for name tags.
Yeah, so I cut them off. I cut off the back of them, and when I have parties, I put their names on them, and I wrap this on like that. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Very nice. And thanks for sharing that. There's so many creative things you could do with this business. So much fun. All right. Have a great night, guys.
Nice. Hey.
Bye.